Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Snow's out there tonight. It's not much, but it is covering roads. Find out what that means for the morning drive and if it's the last time we'll see it this week.
Nearly 12,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine spoiled en route to Michigan. Tonight we're learning what went wrong.
We're going to begin, though, with breaking news just in from Shelby Township. 2 people killed in a fiery crash. Off the top tonight at 11, police say the victims are a father and his 12-year-old daughter.
A third passenger, a 12-year-old boy, survived and was rushed to the hospital. Tim Pamplin is on the scene with a night cam.
This collision occurring on Van Dyke at 21 Mile. As I come out here, you'll see the Ram pickup truck there and the cherry picker. They collided here at this intersection. The father has died, his 12-year-old daughter has died, and the 12-year-old son is at the hospital with some serious head injuries.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable.
Noah Joan works at a local store. After the 3 people were out of the pickup truck, it burst into flames. Noah said he went running over, thought there were more people inside the vehicle. He was trying to help, but the flames just kept beating him back.
I tried. The car was engulfed in flames. People were screaming. It's just a sad day.
Sad day indeed. So to recap, a father with his twin son and daughter inside the vehicle. The daughter and the father perished. The son is in the hospital. The investigation just getting underway. That's a scene in Shelby Township tonight with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
It's just awful, Tim. Police, by the way, have not said whether weather is a factor in the crash, but we are seeing a lot of slick spots out tonight.
Yeah, let's get right over to Ben tracking those snow showers here. Ben.
Yeah, that's one of the spots, guys. We thought this line was pretty much going to be in the south zone, but instead that stripe has gone right along M59 across the northern section of our area. Check it out on Storm Tracker. You can see that darker blue shade there from Livingston out to Macomb County. Again, right almost paralleling 59. It's slowly going to move south, and we expect by 1 a.m. this stuff is going to be pretty much gone, which will leave us with dry conditions in the morning and even some limited sunshine. But untreated roads tonight are going to be a problem as we get started tomorrow morning for the drive. Impacts over the next 4 days. Well, we're pretty clear tomorrow, but the wind picks up Thursday. Snow comes back in the form of lake effect stuff Friday. But it's really the end of the weekend that we have our eye on. That's the significant snow. And we'll talk about how much we're expecting at this early date coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben, thank you. The state announcing tonight that more than 11,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine it received are ruined and unusable. It comes amid a vaccine shortage all across the state, including here in Metro Detroit. Priya Mann is live tonight. And Priya, do we know what went wrong?
Well, Kim, we know the Moderna vaccine has to be stored in freezers with a really specific temperature range. And in this case, the temperatures dipped too low and it affected nearly 24 shipments.
That frustrates me when I know we are in a race and every vaccine matters. But that's not something that I could control. It's not the state of Michigan's fault.
21 shipments of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine were rendered unusable because of temperature issues with the distributor. The CDC says the Moderna vaccine must be stored in a freezer between -13 and 5 degrees Fahrenheit. The distributor, McKesson, told the state the temperature went out of range and got too cold, which affected nearly 12,000 doses. In a statement, Dr. Janae Caldoun said this is the first report of a vaccine potentially being compromised during shipment in Michigan, and we're working quickly with the distributor to have replacement vaccine shipped out. With so many desperately waiting for a vaccine, Local 4 asked McKesson how this could have happened. They responded, saying McKesson identified the root cause of the issue. Some of the gel packs used to maintain appropriate temperatures during shipping were found to be too cold and have taken steps to prevent this from occurring in the future. The state says the majority of the 21 shipments were resent Monday night, but 6 additional shipments were also held back to make sure there were no issues with the vaccine. The state warning that could delay scheduled vaccinations at various provider sites.
I'm certain that people who had appointments, who were scheduled at facilities that were supposed to get those particular shots were frustrated because they weren't able to get them.
Now, we know the delay has affected providers in Wayne County. We didn't hear back from Oakland and Macomb, but your best bet is to contact your provider beforehand to see if your appointment is still a go before you get there. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya. It is going to be a most extraordinary Inauguration Day with 21,000 troops in Washington to keep the peace, and the ceremony largely closed to the public due to the pandemic. We're now less than 13 hours away from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris being sworn in as president and vice president, marking the end of the Trump administration. Alice Barr in Washington with the latest. Alice.
Tonight, on the eve of his inauguration, President-elect Joe Biden honoring the 400,000 American lives lost to COVID-19 as 400 lights illuminated the National Mall.
It's hard sometimes to remember, but that's how we heal.
The somber ceremony, a sharp contrast to President Trump's final night in office. The president releasing a farewell video taped behind closed doors, offering sympathy to COVID victims, but glossing over the stunning death toll. And while he wished the new administration well, he did not mention Biden by name.
This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success.
He is planning a red carpet send-off for himself tomorrow morning that could include a color guard, a military band, and a 21-gun salute. The early exit making him the first president in more than 150 years to skip his successor's inauguration. Also the first U.S. president to face an impeachment trial after leaving office. Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell reconvening the Senate today with these searing words about the Capitol siege.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
The Senate today also holding hearings for several of President-elect Biden's key cabinet nominees as he prepares to take the oath of office and take on historic crises in a deeply divided nation. NBC News has learned that Vice President Mike Pence is not planning to attend the president's send-off tomorrow morning. Pence does plan to go to the inauguration. From the White House, Alice Barr, NBC News.
All right, Alice, so a historic day on tap in the nation's capital. Our live coverage kicks off with Local 4 News today, followed by a special edition of the Today Show live from Washington, D.C. It all gets started at 4:30 a.m.
An Ohio mother visiting family in Detroit is shot and killed inside her car. Her 10-year-old boy survived, but was shot twice. It happened in the middle of a neighborhood near Schaefer and Fort. Police say the woman was in town with her son to celebrate a relative's 70th birthday. Investigators say a car pulled up with 4 men inside opening fire. Family members say they believe it's a case of mistaken identity.
My nephew started hollering. I didn't hear the shots. I didn't hear any shots, but my nephew started hollering, and he said that he had been shot. It hurts me. It confuses me. It angers me.
Police are now looking for a black Chrysler 300 with a partial plate of 413.
Now to today's coronavirus numbers, with the state reporting more than 1,700 new cases of the virus and 41 more lives lost. Nationwide, the death toll to corona has now surpassed 400,000. Governor Whitmer rolls out her nearly $6 billion COVID recovery plan to try to help businesses as the state works to end the pandemic. The plan starts with vaccines. The state will use $90 million in federal money to try to speed up that process. It includes $225 million for businesses like restaurants and others that have been so badly hurt during the pandemic. Governor's also calling on the legislature to permanently extend unemployment benefits from 20 weeks to 26.
If you played the Mega Millions tonight, we've got the winning numbers just in.
Here they are. Drum roll. Tonight's Mega Millions numbers are 10, 19, 26, 28, 50, 16. The Megaplier is 2. There are the numbers. The jackpot is $865 million. Slightly smaller, $639 million if you want to just take it in cash, which we always recommend.
That's right. All right, still ahead, a mother expecting twins survives COVID after 49 days in the hospital.
The experimental treatment that saved her life coming up.
A Metro Detroit nurse in the national spotlight, her emotional performance of Amazing Grace at tonight's COVID memorial. Jason.
Arrests and charges today for the 2 people involved in a brawl here at Metro Airport Sunday. And tonight, new video of the incident.